Hi, Mama Russell here. Today we're going to make an oldie but goodie. This is chocolate chip cookies with a little extra surprise. All right, we're going to start with some butter and shortening. I like to make with my cookies, I like to split, depends on the cookie too, but for chocolate chip cookies, I like to split the amount of butter that it asks for, the shortening that it asks for you, and use half butter, half shortening. So I'm going to put that in there and move it down. It calls for 1 cup sugar. So we're gonna cream the butter and the sugar together. That's just mixing in all the granulated sugar with whatever fat you're using. I'll put my mixer down, lock it. For the brown sugar, which brown sugar you have to pack, so it should come out in a measuring cup form. So 1 cup brown sugar, 2 eggs, vanilla, and it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So again, I've taught my students to pour over the container just in case you spill. A little extra vanilla won't make any difference. And then it says to stir that. Now, one of the reasons I started this video today was that I have a competition. In this time of virtual learning, I give my kids points or entries into a drawing, and the student that won this week wanted cookies. And so she couldn't decide between chocolate chip or M&Ms, so I'm gonna do chocolate chip with M&Ms added in. So now I'm gonna add the 1.5 cup, actually the 3 cups flour. I did double this recipe. And I'm just gonna do this a little bit at a time to incorporate it so it doesn't get all sort of powdery on me. And so I'm just do a little at a time. I'm also going to add at this time 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Get it all clumpy. So nice part about baking soda is it has this little leveler here. So I just scoop and level and dump it in. Remember, there's a big difference between baking soda and powder. Baking powder comes in this nice, cute little box. I'm gonna add the rest of the flour that I had in here. Okay, and I'm gonna start it off slow, so again, not to get it all. So do that. I am going to take try to get as much off as possible. I am going to take the bowl off of the mixer and get the mixer out of the way. And then I'm going to add in chocolate chips. So I'm just gonna stir the, whoops, making a mess here. Stir this in. And you can add lots of different kinds in this. You can add butterscotch chips, milk chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, whatever it is that you want. One of my family's favorites is M&Ms, so we're going to use M&Ms. Pastel colors for spring, but you could do lots of different kinds. And once you get all of this mixed in, you're going to drop by teaspoons onto a cookie sheet. We've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. Remember, scoop all the way to the bottom to get all of that. And one of the reasons I don't use my mixer to do this is it'll break up the M&Ms, and I don't necessarily like that. So we are going to finish stirring. All right, and there we have that. We're gonna get a teaspoon. I don't have one of those cool little round scoopers that look like an ice cream scoop to do it evenly. I just tend to use a spoon and my fingers. I washed my hands before this. I like my cookies a little bit like this, so I just drop. I try to make them about the equal amount. We're going to bake these for 8 to 10 minutes on 350. And I tend to bake them and then not, I can even these out here, cook them until they're super hard. I don't like hockey pucks for cookies. I like mine chewy. And so I tend to cook them on the lower end because they will continue to bake when they're out. I have parchment paper on my cookie sheet. You don't have to do that, but the parchment paper most likely will keep the bottoms from burning. So, and they won't stick either. That's the nice part about that. All right, so after we get all this down like this, we'll stick them in the oven, bake them for 8 to 10 minutes and pull them out. And we will have some nice warm chocolate chip M&M cookies to go with a big cold glass of milk. Perfect dessert, something to take with you. Pretty easy. I make it it looks a little easier than it does because I get everything ready before I videotape. So now we have 12 cookies ready to go in the oven. And so the cookies just came out of the oven, and they'll now need to cool until they're completely cooled. But easy, just they pop right off of the parchment paper.
Cookies.
Cookies. Oh, look who showed up. My daughter Riley. Can you wave? Get down in it and wave down. You're gonna have to be down farther. So my daughter Riley, who loves cookies, I suppose you can have one.
Peace out.
All right. So again, chocolate chip M&M cookies. I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.
Bro, these are fire.